Okay, and we're videoing. Okay, I'm rolling really slow. Vermeer 605K, third cutting Alfalfa tutorial. All right, I'm almost ready to tie off that bale. If you can see my little square manual dial gauge out there on my machine, right there somewhere, it's showing number 5. At 5.5, I will start tying, maybe even a little bit less. I'm really being strict on the size today and making consistent size bales of hay. Last baling video of the year. Have no fear, Dead Wolf is here. I'm rolling this up at approximately 1200 RPM on my engine. That's well under half the speed of the recommended PTO. 540 on the baler would be 2200 RPMs. I'm at 1200 RPMs. So we're rolling the baler as slow as we can. Why am I doing that? Because I'm being forced to once again, take this alfalfa too dry. What we mean by too dry is there's not enough external moisture on the stems and the little leaf stems and the leaves themselves to make them limp and hold together and flexible so that all of that material goes into the baler. How do I compensate for that? I slow the baler down so that it lifts. All of that dry stuff in there goes into the bale. And we're gonna still have good leaf content. You can see the dust rolling out of there. That's not what we want. But we can't have it perfect all the time. There we go, right? Approximately 12 to 1300 RPM. If I had an outside camera crew, I could show how that's going in really slow and gentle. There we're tumbling it with the pickup because it's so light right here. But it almost doesn't matter because there's nothing on this hill. So I'm gonna proceed right up there and then get slowed down again. Down to C3, back to 1200 RPM. What's my weave pattern? Sometimes I need to crowd the right side of my baler to make my belts drift properly. I want those belts perfectly centered all the way from end to end. Can't see it now because of the dust. Actually, we gotta stop. We gotta let some of this dust clear and find out where we are. Go back into range C and see what we can see. Haha. All right, let's get this turning and let's tie this bale off. Yeah, my monitor says it's time to tie it off. Now, when I'm in a hurry and I got lots of bales to put up, I'll do wide open throttle, to tie that off. Not today. We're tumbling too much dry hay, that's hard on it. And I'm gonna get that weave pattern on that tie cycle. I'm gonna get my twine all the way across the bale as soon as I can. And that helps hold the bale together and less tumbling on the outside. It makes a little bit of a difference, it does. There. Okay, so tying the bale off at approximately 1700 RPM. That's good enough, I'm gonna cut them. PTO is still on and I'm dropping the bale. You see those belts jump in there? I don't like that. Okay, there we go. I left the PTO on as I ejected the bale. I usually don't do that on this K. It's not really good for my belts, and I'm a little bit worried about my belts. All right. I have a faulty monitor, so I shut it off after I eject my bale because it'll start. There, I got to get that side of the baler crowded. And I did, and I brought those belts back. I hope you could see that. And we're started. All right, back to C3. Ground speed and baler speed is matched just the way I want it. I want to cram as much hay into that chamber as possible, as slow as I can get the baler to take it in. And there we are. All right, I'm going to call this my last baling tutorial video of the year. There you saw a start weaving back and forth to feed my baler properly so it doesn't plug up, or I twist my belts where there's no hay on that side of the baler. I can discuss all this in detail in another shop talk baling tutorial. See you soon on the next one. Cousins and friends, take care, everyone. Okay, it's a long way to that windrow over there, so I'm going to shut my baler off so I don't tumble and shatter dry hay in that chamber while I taxi over to the next row. And this field is a wrap, and so is this video. Like I said, it was kind of fun on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. All right, there's some of my masterpieces right there. I'm really proud of them. They look nice. They're tied up nice and tight. Lots of leaves. Lots of leaves in those bales, even though they're a little too dry because I'm taking it really slow. There's some dovies right there. No, killdeers, I think. All right. All right, thanks for watching.